Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone? I am getting some gas real quick. How are you all? Let me get some light in here. How's everyone this morning? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, Winston. Sorry, my throat is a little hoarse. My sinuses have been draining, so I'm taking allergy medicine. No, I don't have COVID, but my allergies are acting up. So, can everyone hear me? Let me make sure. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Can everyone hear me? Can y'all let me know if you can hear me? All right. So this morning we are talking about, okay, perfect. This morning we are talking about the challenge of change. I don't know about you guys, but I am in the process of, we're all in the process of doing a lot of change right now. Whether that is willingly or unwillingly, some of us are being forced to change, and some of us are changing because we want to try to be better. Um, and so, with the process of change, also comes challenges. And that can be very, very difficult to deal with. Number one, because we don't want to change. Nobody likes to change. Nobody wants to have to deal with changing because there's safety in toleration. So when we tolerate things, it is there's a sense of safety in it because we know what to expect. I'm getting some blinking. Are y'all getting some blinking? I'm not sure. I hope my connection is good. So, because sometimes it goes in and out. Let me know if there is some disconnection going on. But anyway, there's discomfort in change, right? Because it causes us to have to do something. It's fine and clear, perfect. Thank you, positive. I appreciate that. Because, like I said, when we have to change, there is a sense of discomfort when we have to change. It requires us to have to do something rather than for the situation or for things to come easy when we are not having to change, right? It's easier for us to deal with what we know rather than having to deal with the things that we don't know. Because especially if that requires us to have to do anything, especially if you felt like you've been that person that you've always had to put in work, like nothing ever comes easy. Because when we feel like that, we're even more resistant to change. We don't want to have to deal with things. We don't want to have to put in more work than what we always have to put in because we feel like we're always working. And sometimes we just want stuff to come easy. We just want things to fall into our lap. And sometimes that does happen. It does happen, but sometimes that means that we have to start out putting in the work and then things will begin to fall into our lap. Hello, thanks. How are you? Good to see you. Hooray, hooray. I'm here. I'm here. I am. I am. I love being here in the morning. My schedule's a little different this morning. My daughter is a little sick, so she has a doctor's appointment. But she's well. She's going to be fine. So yeah, I'm here this morning, getting my pep talk in because I love talking to you all in the morning, getting you all going in the morning, and just giving you something positive to think on so that you can get ready for your day. Like I say, when it comes to change, I don't know what kind of changes you all may be going through, right? The change that you may be in the process of right now is maybe something that you want to do, or it may be something that you're being forced to do. But either way, that comes with work, and it comes with challenge, and that's just not something we always want to do. For instance, if you're in the process of, just trying to decide whether or not you should keep this job, because there is, maybe benefits that come with the job, or maybe there's some retirement that comes with the job, versus, in the back of your mind that God is telling you need to start your own business, right? But starting your own business comes with a whole lot of work, right? It comes with maybe having to pay for your own health care, or maybe not knowing whether or not you're going to have be able to retire if you own your own business. Will I make enough money to retire if I own my own business? This risky, climate that we're in right now, is that something that I can even do? Right. So there's safety in what we know versus fear sometimes in the things that we don't know, and work in the things that we don't know. We don't know how much effort we're going to have to put in. Or maybe you're just trying to decide if you're going to stay in your position, the position that you're in at work, versus maybe trying to move up or move out into a different area, or get a better position, or just a different position, something that will be more fulfilling. Good morning, dominant man. How are you? Good. Welcome in this morning. When it's we have the safety, when we tolerate just staying in our position, there's safety that comes with knowing that we already know the job, right? We already know the work. We already know what to do. It's easy. We don't have to think twice about it. Versus if we move out and move up to a different position, or move on to a different position, we may have to learn something new. We may have to go to school. We may have to take some classes or take some training, right? God forbid we have to do some training, and we don't want to have to do that. We don't want to have to start over. Um, but yet we miss out on the opportunity of realizing that, hey, guess what? We might be more fulfilled, because maybe we're bored in our positions, or maybe we are no longer growing in our positions, and work is just becoming that mundane thing that we have to do every day. So, these are the things we have to think about when we are facing the challenges of change. And what if you're trying to decide whether or not you're going to stay in this relationship? And a lot of times we stay in relationships longer than we want to and need to, because we already know what to expect, right? It's easier to deal with what we already know, rather than having to move on and start over, learning someone new, learning someone's new habits, learning someone's um new, just whatever it is, right? A new personality. Hello, Jaden. How are you? Good to see you this morning. Welcome. Figuring out how to adjust ourselves to their expectations, and trying to figure out if they're going to meet our expectations, right? But then there's also the possibility of getting something better, right? There's also the possibility of finding our true soulmate. If you know that maybe you're not with your soulmate, you're just dating right now, but you're not with your real soulmate. um and so you want to leave, but then you feel a sense of obligation, right? Or we feel tied to this person, like we've put too much time into this relationship, and we don't want to have to leave. We've invested so much of ourselves, but yet we know this person may not be the right person for us, right? And we have the opportunity to get out of the relationship, but we won't, because it's just easier to deal with what we know, rather than having to deal with the challenges of change and the things that we don't know. And so we have to want more for ourselves. I always say we can't want more for others than what we want for ourselves. And so we have to first believe that we deserve better, right? That we deserve to have the best life that we want, that we desire to live. And if you're married, maybe it's easier to try to not communicate better, because that way we can always blame the other person. Well, we struggle communicating because they this and they that, and they don't do this and they don't do that, right? Where if we seek help to try to work to learn to communicate better, then that means that I might have to do some change in myself, or I might have to do some work in myself. And we do not want to have to do that. We always want the other person to have to do the work when it comes to dealing with the relationship. And it's always two people. It always involves two people. They're going to have to put in some work. Yes, that may be true. They may have to put in some work, but guess what? We probably are too. We probably are going to have to definitely put in some work too. So, try to decide, but at the end, what's better? If the relationship gets better, if our communication gets better, then and our relationship becomes more fulfilling, more joyful, more loving, more exciting, whatever it is that we desire. More clear, right? Just sometimes we just need more clarity in our relationships, where we're going, what we're doing, where we're headed. what we want? Are we where we want to be, or can we have more? Can this relationship be more? Can this marriage be more than what it is? And am I willing to put my myself into that and put some work into that? Thanks, as it's really helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah, the devil that you know versus the devil that you don't. Absolutely. Getting additional training to move on is worth it. It is. Most of the time it is. And that's what we fail to realize, is that even though the change involves work, there's usually always something good. Whenever we're working to be better, God fulfills that desire. He fulfills that desire for us. When we're working to be better, when we're working to improve ourselves. Why? Because it gives him the glory. It gives him the glory when we're working to be our best self. Here's some things that we don't realize when we are being challenged or being called to change. Number one, we have to trust that the images that God puts in our visions and in our dreams bring clarity. They bring clarity. So if you have something in your mind right now, or something in your, if God is putting something in your dreams, or he's giving you a vision, and you know that that's something totally different than what you're doing now, right? Be it work, be it in a relationship, in whatever way, be it something personal within yourself, your body, whatever. And he's showing you a vision of a better you, or you doing something totally different than what you're doing now. We have to trust in that. We have to trust that what God is showing us, that what he's putting in our mind, is what we're actually capable and able to achieve. And when we can get that in our mind, like we have visions and dreams, we think that these things are just, stuff that we have. Good morning, fruitful wife. How are you? We think that these things are just something that we have in our thoughts, but these things are real. God is trying to show us, this is what I have for you. This is what I have for you. And so we can't be afraid to go out there and get it and work for it and strive for it, because sometimes it looks so different than where we currently are that we think it's not possible. But yet he's showing us that it is possible. That's why he gives us the dream. That's why he gives us the vision. That's why we can look at a building, or look at a situation, or look at a relationship, and see it being more than what it actually is at the current time, because he's showing us what it actually can be, what we actually can have. It just means that we may need to put in some work that we don't always want to do. And then we have to trust that the thoughts that he puts in our spirit, when he gives us those thoughts, when he puts these things in our drops these things in our spirit, when we're moving towards those things are going to bring peace in our lives. If you are a person that's struggling with trying to find peace, trying to figure out if you're moving in the right direction, am I making the right moves, am I doing the right thing, is this the way that I'm supposed to go? When we make the right moves bring a sense of peace and satisfaction and fulfillment in our lives. When we're making the wrong moves, there's a disruption in our peace and our spirit. And that's what we have to realize. That's what we have to learn. When we're moving in the right direction, the right moves bring peace. They may be a little scary. They may be a little bit scary, but they also bring peace. Um, Yes, thank you all definitely for being here this morning. Hit that like button if you can. You want to be a part of this family, this talk family. Hit the subscribe button. I'm happy to have you all. Show you all. I got my shirt on. John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. I actually got that off the Fruitful Wife and Angie in real life's channel. So I won this shirt. So I love wearing it. Thank you, ladies, for this shirt. I wear it all the time. But know that, right, that when we're moving in the right direction, that peace comes into our life. And know that whatever it is he's asking you to change, right, your relationship, your personality, your life, your body, your spirit, your well-being, the way you communicate, it's not just for you. Okay. Whatever he's asking you to change is he's asking you to change for the benefit of not just you, but for all who are around you. Everyone who's connected to you. If you think people aren't paying attention to you, if you think that nobody cares about you or what you're doing or how you are sadly mistaken, because I'm telling you right now, there's always somebody watching you. Always. There's always somebody watching you, paying attention to what you're doing, what you're saying. When you think nobody cares, people care. They notice. And if you don't know, do something different. Do something different and watch how people say something, right? Do something different and you will immediately see how people will say, you look a little different, or you're talking a little different, or you're doing something that you don't normally do. Is something going on with you? You're acting different, right? And so, and this is how we know people are paying attention, they're watching us. So we have to be realize that when God is asking us to change, it's not just for us, it's for all those that are connected to us. Everyone receives the benefits of the work that we put into when it comes to us changing. Everyone, not just ourselves, but everyone does. So it's not just about you. We bless everyone in our circle of influence. And so that's why it's important um that we are willing to change for the benefit of us all. And then we have to know that growth requires change. If we're not growing, we're dying. We have two states of being. That's either growth, we're either moving towards growth or we're moving towards death. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not ready to die. I still have lots of life that I want to live. I still have so many things that I want to accomplish. Y'all have no idea how much I have that of things that I want to do. And so that means that I'm going to have to grow, and that means that I'm going to have to change. And I don't want to be dying. So that means I'm doing everything all the time to make sure that I'm growing. Do you have dreams? Do y'all have aspirations? Do you have goals? Do you big or small, right? Your dream could be as big as, starting your own business, starting your own company, doing something drastic, or it could be as small as just wanting to still be alive to see your grandbaby or your great grandbaby, right? Whatever it doesn't matter how big or small it is. The fact that you have them, whatever that is for you, as long as you still have hope in your heart, hope in your mind, hope in your thoughts for anything, then you're growing. Then that means you're growing. You still want to live. You still want to be. You still want to expand, and you still want to improve on your life. And that requires change. That growth requires change. Oh, thank you, Wanston. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm so happy you're here. Positive says, same here. I don't want to die with my purpose on the inside of me. I still have work to do. That's right. I was listening to this pastor I love to listen to. I forgot his name right now. His name is leaving me. But one of the things he used to always say, which I absolutely loved, was I want to leave here empty. I want to be an empty vessel, right? I want my vessel to be empty when I leave here. I do not want to be full of the gifts that God has put inside of me. When I leave here, I want everything that God put in me to have been passed on to others, so that when they put me in the ground, I'm literally nothing but an empty vessel, because everything that was in me has been passed on to somebody else to carry on. And that's how we want to leave here. That's how we want to leave this earth, empty, empty vessels, not full of wisdom, not full of gifts and talents that we have not helped others to achieve. So yes, so don't dread change. Don't dread um, change when it presents itself to you. When someone says, hey, when they present you with an opportunity to do something that falls in line with something that God has shown you, jump on it quick. Jump on it quick. In fear, knees knocking, hands shaking, whatever it is you have to do, it doesn't matter. You jump on it and do it, because you don't know what blessings God has in store for you behind the change. And sometimes all it takes is our willingness to say, yes, yes, here I am, Lord, send me. And that's where we have to be in our life. We can't be afraid of fear. fear of the unknown, challenges. We can't be afraid of that because if God has called us to do it, He's already paved the way for it. And sometimes that's all that it is that we have to realize. We think that it's going to be so hard. We think that it's going to be so difficult. But when we're truly following God's plan for our life, it actually is pretty easy. Things just tend to work out. Things that you think are going to be so difficult tend to just work out. And you're like, wow, that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. And so, and then what that does is it gives you the inspiration to want to keep going. Oh, well, what else is there? Well, what else can I do? Or what else am I capable of? Or what else does God have in store? Then you become curious and you become, you interested in trying to figure out, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is something I'm supposed to be doing. Now the devil gonna throw in some setbacks for you. You can anticipate those, but what God has, you're gonna be able to overcome those setbacks so easily. Little setbacks come, the enemy throws his little wrenches in there, here and there, but in the end, we're already victorious in what it is He's calling us to do. And so walk in that, walk in that faith, walk in that trust, walk in your vision and your dreams and your goals, your aspirations, whatever it is He's giving you. Have faith in it, trust in it, put in the work, do what you need to do, because I guarantee you He will bless us above and beyond what we can ever even ask or imagine for yourself. So what He's showing you, believe that it's even 10 times greater than that. And be excited about it. Be excited about it, because that means that He's trusting you with something. He's trusting you with what He's giving, with what He's put in your mind to do. And how beautiful is that? How beautiful is it to know that God trusts you with something beautiful that He has? Because He can choose anybody, but He's choosing you. He's choosing you. So yes, step out on faith. Do it afraid. God has brought you to it and He will get you through it. That's absolutely right. Positive. Do it afraid. If God has brought you to it, He will get you through it. I love that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna end out on that. So thank y'all so much for popping in this morning for the pep talk. I will be back here on Wednesday, and I'm having some trouble with my Microsoft, so I got to get that fixed so I can get my tips put back out there. Hello, Daphne. How are you? This is the second time that I have heard this topic in less than 24 hours. All right. Three times, right? The first time, God is letting you know. The second time, He's confirming it. And I'm here to confirm that for you, Daphne. And one more time, you better get busy, girl. You better get busy. That's all I can say. Whatever it is He's telling you to do, you better get busy. So, or don't let this opportunity and that blessing pass you by. Watson says, yes, trust Him, lean not to your own understanding. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. You better get busy today. Because if it's coming that fast, he means for you to do it now. He means for you to do it now. So get busy, girl. Okay. I'm going to head out. You all have a wonderful, phenomenal day. Get the whatever thoughts are in you all's minds right now. Start making moves, figure out what you need to do, one step at a time, one day at a time, one challenge at a time. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with what all it is, because it might be big. I don't know what God has shown you. I know He's shown me, but it might be big. So just one thing at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. Make it a goal to do at least one thing towards moving towards that goal every day. Just one thing. Okay. I'm going to say a quick prayer and we'll head out. Father, thank you for this message this morning. Thank you for this pep talk. Thank you for showing us that we don't have to be afraid of the work. We don't have to be afraid of the change, that we can trust that whatever it is, you've already prepared us for it. You've prepped us for it. You've equipped us for it. And you're going to help us to overcome and walk through it so easily that we don't even have to worry. So, Father, give them the strength, give them the courage, encouragement, place people around them that will help them through whatever challenges they face, and be what they need to hear at the time that they need to hear it. Use us, Father, to do your work. But Father, most of all, help us to remind us to give you the glory in everything that we do. We love you. We thank you. These things I ask in your son Jesus' name. Amen. All right. I love you all. I will see y'all Wednesday. Y'all take care. Have a phenomenal day and a phenomenal rest of the week. All right. Bye-bye.